Well, lads, ladies and gentlemen, Boris has been quiet for a while, but there is some good stuff on the horizon. We've got news on the remakes of 5 Spawn Room Spooktober, Stille Nacht and Adlerstadt, as well as more details about Okinawa and of course 5 Remastered. There's also a little bit about what's in the future, so let's dive right into it. This is what so many of you have been waiting for. 5 Remastered is being brought to you by Boris and Dobby, each doing the mapping and scripting respectively, with Dobby taking over from GCP. Additionally, there's been some help from Marksman147 with prop and weapon modeling, and also Zila with a lot of weapon modeling. A key part of doing remasters like this is of course upgrading the visuals. This is not just a port. Boris is taking the same approach with 5 that Zila did with Die Rise. All assets are being brought up to modern standards, with many custom ones being created. Since you last saw the map, it has essentially been reworked from the ground up. Many assets have been redone and the base geo and lighting has been completely overhauled. Now the layout will be the same as the original 5, but there might be some new additions. Now over to Dobby to talk features and scripting.
Hey guys, Dobby here. As Kunjora said, I have taken over from GCP on the scripting work for 5. He has already shared the work he previously did for the project, so don't worry, I didn't have to completely start over. Regardless of what was already done, there is still a lot of work being put into this. Before GCP passed the project along to me, he was in the process of reworking many of the features, so not everything is in the current build of the map just yet. All of the weapons present in the original 5 will be included, with accurate pack-a-punch attachments like the M16's M203 grenade launcher and the Olympia's Dragon's Breath rounds. Eventually, all weapons will have completely remastered models, either from newer games such as Cold War, or custom models made by Boris, Marksman, Zella, or some from Leviathan that Jaybird has shared with us. There will also be some additions such as the AK-47 and WA-2000. It is a pretty faithful remaster feature-wise. All of the good stuff from the original will be present, such as the elevators, traps, Nova Crawlers, Pentagon Thief, and the Winter's Howl, which will be buffed and even have a full set of custom animations created by Bongo, the main developer behind the Paradise Blues Fallout map. You'll also see some quality of life features like the teleporter functionality from Classified, where you can see an icon depicting where the teleporter will take you. We've also added some small Easter eggs for people to find on release. We've created a new community Discord server for 5 Remastered, where we will be showcasing more consistent updates on the project alongside other maps we'll be looking at later in this video. Be sure to join in the description to stay up to date on the latest news on 5, Okinawa, and more.
As for the release date, nothing is set in stone right now, but the project has been making some great progress. Mapping is largely done, scripting is being refined, assets are being polished, and weapons are being worked on. 5 Remastered will be Boris's next release after Okinawa. Standby is the new name for the revamped version of 5 Spawn Room Spooktober. Mapping by Boris of course, with Dobby and GCP on scripting, with custom round music by Scalv. It's been completely overhauled visually, helped in part by 5 Remastered being developed at the same time, which of course you just heard about. The map has been expanded to include extra office areas similar to Classified, but that's not all. There are a few other areas, but we'll keep those as a surprise for the release. Some of the remastered Black Ops 1 weapons from the full 5 remake will be present here, including the M14 and AK-74U by Zila. Teleporters from 5 are also in the map, and there are some other neat features added, but you'll of course have to wait to see those features for yourselves. This map will be set in its own fractured timeline, in an alternate version of the Pentagon after the original 5 crew perished. The majority of Boris's maps will be a part of this, but keep in mind that any story elements will just act as a neat added touch for those who enjoy it, but it's not essential for understanding anything in the map. This map and the other revamps, namely Stille Nacht and Adlerstadt, will all be new workshop items. This is to preserve the originals, which will be unlisted, but linked in a collection that will go alongside Standby's release, which I am happy to say is today. Yes, you heard that right. Next up is Stille Nacht. This one's a bit simpler on the gameplay side, but it's still been improved both with the visuals and the gameplay. The existing buildings have been updated, especially the main shack. There's just more detail in general, such as the village being visible in the vista. Boris is also leaning more into environmental storytelling with these updates. Around the map, you'll see weapons, equipment, and more, reflecting how the survivors tried to fend off against the zombie outbreak. The map has also been expanded slightly to include some of the road area, as well as the small house first seen in Adlerstadt's original release. The COD World War II weapons have been replaced by a set of classic weapons from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 instead, such as the Mauser, MP40, Sten, and more, and these will be present across a few of Boris's maps. The present drops have also been completely reworked. The goal is still for this to be a survival-focused map, just with more polish this time around. Stille Nacht is set in 1944, at the height of World War II. It's located near the small town of Adlerstadt, which was controlled by Group 935 prior to the outbreak. This was caused in part by activities in the facility below ground, which players may get a brief glimpse of. The revamped Stille Nacht will be released on June 27th, 2026. Now let's talk about Adlerstadt. Once again, we have Boris on mapping, Dobby on scripting, Ronan on some custom HUD images, and Ian Luke on custom round music. This time around, there is more emphasis on the 1980s theme, best shown by the arcade replacing the old orange comms building. Several other buildings have been redone from scratch, including the shops and train station in the village. There is a totally new spawn area as well, no longer in the blue house. Many things like the wall buys, perks, and debris costs have been switched around to accommodate this. Adlerstadt will share the reworked presence with Stille Nacht. They're closer to a dig site system, which was the vision for Adlerstadt's original release. Like the other maps in this video, some of the Black Ops 1 remastered weapons will be featured. And in addition, there may or may not be a wonder weapon you recognize from Black Ops 4, but with a new twist to it. Adlerstadt, hence the name, is set in the same place as Stille Nacht, but 40 years later in December 1984. Following World War II, the area was taken over by US forces and lies in close proximity to the CIA asylum. The Ultimus crew arrive here after Stille Nacht. The revamped Adlerstadt will be dropping July 4th, 2026. First showcased in my 2022 upcoming maps video, Okinawa is Boris's first truly major project. Dobby on scripting with some help from GCP and Raptros, Ronan with HUD images, and Jason Hoisington providing voice acting. The layout and visuals are inspired by a variety of other maps, including Shangri-La, Zetsubo no Shima, Shinonuma, and the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer map Apocalypse. As for size, it is Boris's largest map yet, but fret not, it has plenty of content to make use of that space.
Okinawa will feature a full main quest with the boss fight, several Easter eggs, including wonder weapon quests, a special mini-boss, and a special enemy round. And as mentioned in Kunjora's upcoming maps video, the quests will not interfere with regular survival gameplay. There will be a similar weapon selection to Stille Nacht to fit the World War II time period, with some neat additions such as a new starting pistol, modeled and animated by Bongo.
The map is set during the Battle of Okinawa in 1945, where Division 9 experiments and an ambush from US forces have unleashed a zombie outbreak across the island. Players will be able to see US ships in the distance, as well as US and Japanese aircraft fighting overhead. From Ultimus's perspective, the story picks up where Adlerstadt left off. As for release, there is no date yet set in stone, but Okinawa will be Boris's next release after Adlerstadt. Mapping is done and scripting is being polished by Dobby.
No date is planned, but sometime after these releases, I will be bringing a systems update to all featured maps. These will add achievements, XP leveling, stat tracking, and pre-game mutations, all of which will be accessed through a pre-game room that functions similar to the BO3 campaign safe house. These systems will also have cross-progression with other maps like my Die Rise and Transit projects. There will also be updates for the remastered BO1 weapons, both alongside the release of 5 and after, when more of the weapons have been completed.
Boris and Dobby are also planning other maps of varying scope beyond those featured here. Some will be connected story-wise, and there's even plans for a super Easter egg eventually, but no major details will be shared until after 5's release. But there you have it, the truth about 5 remastered, Okinawa, and 3 revamped existing maps. A further trailer for these maps focusing on gameplay will be shared next week, just before Stille Nacht's release. Even though a lot has been shared in this video, there are still some more surprises. Like and subscribe if you're new, stay tuned to X or join the 5 Discord server for updates and teasers, and stick to this channel for trailers. I've been Conjurer, the Verrückt Enjoyer, and we'll catch you next time.